All right, now we're doing 7Q, largest 5-digit number in a series. This is by Jay Hoffner, and 88% of people like it. In the following 6-digit number, this one, 91, is the greatest sequence of 2 consecutive digits. So if we were checking for 2, 91 would be the greatest. In the following 10-digit number, 6, 7, 8, 9, this is the greatest sequence of 5 consecutive digits. So we're going to complete the solution so that it returns the greatest sequence of 5, okay, not 2 or any other number, 5 consecutive digits found within the number given. The number will be passed in as a string of only digits. It should return 5-digit integer. It should return a 5-digit integer. The number passed may be as large as 1,000 digits. All right, and this is adapted from projecteuler.net. All right. So for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to iterate through, and then while we're iterating through, we're also going to iterate through the next 5 digits, checking to see if this string of 5 digits is bigger than this string of 5 digits, and then checking to see if it's bigger than this string, and then keep going until we find something that is bigger, then replace it, and then check against that new one that we just replaced it. So, and find the biggest one. So right here, it would be like 96.74 is probably the 744 is probably the new highest one, and then you keep going, and 969 looks higher. No, but it is. Anyway, or is it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not a computer. So what we're going to do is start off by declaring an initial value. We're going to say let result equals 0, 0, and then we're going to do the first for loop. We're going to say for let index equals 0 while index is less than digits dot length. We're going to say index plus plus. All right. And now we're going to make a little utility string. We're going to say let string equals 0, equal empty string, so that we can put the 5 digits in there. And now we're going to do that, the second for loop. We're going to say for let index 2 equal index, because it's always going to start off wherever the current index is. All right. And while index 2 is less than index plus 5, all right, we're going to say index 2 plus plus, all right. So it's going to, as long as it's, that's basically it. It's going to take each one of these and throw it in a new string. But we haven't thrown it into a new string yet. So we're going to say string plus equals, and then we're going to say digit at current index 2. All right, so it's going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a string. All right, and we're done with this part in that second for loop. Now we're going to do something in this main for loop, and we're going to do an if statement. Say if string, and we're going to use the number constructor on this one. Number string is greater than result. We're going to say result equals number string. All right. And that will do what we needed to do, hopefully. And down here, we're going to say return result. Let's test it out. Digit. What did I say? Digit. Let's see. Test it out. All right, cool, awesome. Attempt it. Great, 13 milliseconds. Seems like it's beatable. We'll see, though. Sometimes these one-liners fail us. in the speed category. So let's say const here. We're going to solutions. We're going to say equals digits, and then we're going to say equals with an arrow right there. And I don't think we need any of this other stuff. We might as well leave it up there just to remind us what we used to have. But right here, we're going to say digits. That's not how you spell it. Digits dot split. All right. We're going to split JavaScript. There it is. What it is the method that takes a pattern and divides a string into an ordered list of substrings by searching for a pattern, putting these substrings into an array, and returning the array. So we're going to be splitting it by the by the characters in between the digits. Excuse me, the spaces in between the digits. So that's what this means. Now we're going to do reduce. All right. Let me bring up reduce real quick. Reduce JavaScript. And the reduce method executes a user-supplied reducer callback function on each element of the array in order, passing in the return value from the calculation on the preceding element. The final result of running the reducer across all elements of the array is a single value. The first time the callback is run, there is no return value of the previous calculation, but if supplied, an initial value may be used in its place, and we are going to use an initial value of 0. And that's pretty much all we need to know on that part. So what we're going to use here is reduce. We're going to use the previous value. We don't need to worry about the current value because we're going to be using a method that uses the current index instead of the current value. And we're also going to have the initial value after a comma, after the expression we use. And we're going to use a Math.max expression. But let me set it up and then I'll tell you about Math.max. So in here, like we said, we're going to do previous value. We don't need the current value, so we're just going to put that there just to remind us we don't need it. And then index here, an arrow, and then we're going to have the expression here, but I'm just going to put the initial value right there just so we don't mess up later and forget about it. Alright, so in here we're going to do a Math.max to compare which one's bigger than the other. Math.max. And let me pull up Math.max just in case you don't know. Math.max, I mean, all it is just something that tells you which one's the max of the two values you have in there. So we're going to do Math.max, and the first value is going to be the previous value. And the first time we use the previous value, it's going to be the initial value, all right? So it's going to compare 0 to the first 5. And we're going to get the first 5 by saying digits.slice. Let me tell you about .slice before I throw the parameters in there. Slice method returns a shallow copy of a portion of an array into a new array object selected from start to end, where end is not included, where start and end represent the index of items in that array. The original array will not be modified. All right, so we're going to put that in there like that, and let me show you the syntax. We're going to have the start to end, and the end will not be included. So we're going to say .slice, and we're going to say index to index plus 5. And it's not going to take the fifth one, it's just going to take the next 4. All right? And that should take care of business. Let's get rid of all this stuff just for now. Test it out. All right, it's good. Attempt it. 11 milliseconds versus 13. Looks like the one-liner wins. All right, let's submit it. Very much like this one. Let's go to My Solutions. Just me on this one. Best practice in my opinion, and we'll see you next time.